you lived in what many people would think of the best country in the world. Beautiful beaches, fantastic people, great living conditions. Why on earth would you want to leave Australia?
And you don't get to choose. You get to choose where you'd like to live now, and so we did it. And I'm really happy that we did, because it's such a fantastic opportunity, and people here are very welcoming and very friendly, and they really go out of their way to make you settle in. I remember, and one of the people who's here today, I sat next to her and she would give me a list every day of things we needed to do. Aww. So you needed to get your groceries from Fresh Direct if you were living in the city. You needed to register with Open Table to get table rewards at restaurants, and it was the checklist of which doctor to see. So I think that people are very, very warm and welcoming, and the experience here, I think, is like no other. I think Australians and Americans have a lot of similarities, and I feel that there isn't much of a difference. And I think, to your point, that you've hired a lot of Australians, I've only hired Americans, and I think for that it's because we're trying to grow our brand in the US and we're very focused on it. And so I wanted people who really understood the market in which we were operating and really had those connections from an American perspective that would help us grow our brand.
If we're trying to attract a more diverse group of people, I think that's probably a model has to be available that can get people who don't have very wealthy parents who can throw 30 grand at, an advertising course. So I think looking at clever ways to allow people from diverse backgrounds into getting a taste of this industry and hopefully coming into this industry can only
It's a great
help.
industry. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Come on, join us.
Yeah.
But it's still a very elitist industry. In the US, where you've been to school and which college you've attended and what degree you've studied determines whether you actually get an interview in a lot of the holding companies. So
I do think that Australians have an ease socially that is unencumbered by ritual. Like I noticed, for example, my kids go to a public school in New York, and one of the things I like about education in this country is that there's lots of things that you can do. There's all sorts of clubs, and there's this rich sort of ecosystem of social behaviour within a school, which I never had as a kid. We have in some ways, a very simple social structure. But what it means is Australians have no problem talking to someone in authority or someone, who's digging a ditch by the side of the road. We have a very flat and open thing.
I think it's sort of incumbent on the leadership of any company to sort of set the tone and environment. And we did a lot around introducing the F word into the organisation, and the F word not being what most people are thinking, but feedback, because that was something that I've found hugely lacking in the way we were operating, and that's made it a bit easier for people to know where they stand and feel confident about expressing their point of view.